Hi everyone, Karen here, and today I have the third in my series of nesting die layouts. Today I'm going to use die 4, 5, 6, and 7 to make this card. Well, that would be the card front. On the inside of the card, I'm going to use 12 and 11 again, and that probably is going to end up being standard for a lot of the cards. Because for a 5 by 7, that makes a good inside. So what we're going to do here is on the outside of the card, I have a number 6 in white, and a number 7 that I've embossed. And we're going to emboss some more pieces here in a minute. But then for the other parts of the card, I have 2 number 4s and 2 number 5s. And those are going to be layered and embossed together. And they're going to be stacked like this with a little bit of foam. Now for the rest of the front, I have a 5 by 7 card base, but I have a 5 by 7 panel that I'm going to use for the front of the card. Then I have a piece of black sparkle card that is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then I have a 4.5 by 6.5. So let's get started here. Let me scoot this out of the way. Oh, and I also have a happy birthday, which is going to go on the front. All right, so let's start with the front of our card. So I have the 5 by 7 panel, I have the black one, and this, which is a Crafter's Companion piece of paper from this notepad. It is called Black Pearl, if anyone's interested. So let's get these glued together. Alright, so we'll start with the smallest, the print paper. And this is going to go right in the center of the 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Put this down. Yeah, this paper is really pretty. Here we go, with the black. That looks good. So then this will go on our 5 by 7 panel. Right in the middle. That centered. That looks pretty good. And we'll put this to the side to dry for a minute. Now let's talk about what we're going to put on the front of this card. So I have this piece of mirror card here, which I've already embossed. And this is going to go on here with the happy birthday. So this paper already has sticky on the back of it. Let me get the birthday. I'm just going to lightly lay this on here. Let's see, so that will be there. And the happy will fit right in through here. Let me move this H over just a little bit. A little more room for the B. Alright, there we go. I had another little piece still stuck underneath. Now let me grab my pick 'em up tool. And I'm going to put the little dot on the eye. There we go. Alright, so those will be stacked together. Now I want to elevate this and make it a focal point, so I am going to use my 1/8 of an inch thick foam on this. Let me move this out of the way. Now a lot of the times I use the 1/16, but I want this to stick up a little bit more. I'm going to put this in the back here. And this will be in the center. That looks good. There you go. So that's going to be the center of the card. I'll put this over here. Now let's talk about these other pieces I want to put on the front. So like I said, this is the fourth nesting die from the inside. This is the fifth one. And these I've already embossed. Now when you do this one, you just run it through any pattern you want. Doesn't really matter. But I did something a little different with this one. I lined it up with the center of this starburst one I have. And so if I do this, I want to make sure I get this in the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it here. Actually, I'm going to hold it up under the top that has the markings on it that I can see. I'm going to make sure that's all lined up where I want it. And I'm going to carefully grab hold of this folder. I'm going to hold it like this. Now I'm going to run this through my manual machine because I'll be able to keep my hand on this until it gets completely caught. So I'm going to bring in my MIDI. And this is a 2D folder, so I will need the extra shim. And I'm going to keep my finger on there. And as I crank, now the machine has grabbed it, now I will let go. Because it's easy for these to shift on the inside. So now I have that center starburst in the middle of my nesting die. Alright, so now I'm going to use the 1/16 foam on this. So this is the skinny foam that you see me use all the time. And I'm going to put a piece across the back here. And I'm going to put this on top of the number 5, which is embossed with this pattern here. And any pattern will work for this because you're only going to see the edge. So you want to make sure you do use a small pattern, or else you're not going to really see, because you're only going to see the edge here. So you want to make sure it's a small pattern so you actually get to see pattern. If that makes sense. So let's get this in the middle. Let's push that down. And now this I want raised also. So I'm going to take the 1/16 foam again, and I'm going to put this on the back. Like that. This is going to go at the top. This is going to go at the bottom. And the happy birthday is going to go in the middle. Yeah, originally I was going to go one size bigger, but it was just too crowded when I put it on the card. So this is much better spacing. The 4 and the 5, the 6 and the 7 are here in the middle, and then 4 and 5 are here on the bottom again. So now we're just going to attach all this. So I think what I want to do is put the top and the bottom one in, and then I will center the happy birthday in the middle. So I'm going to turn this sideways so I can see it a little bit better. So I need, let's see, that's going to go about there, that's going to go about there. So I want to come down this much in the middle of the card. That looks good. Now let's do the bottom. All right, once again, got to come up about that much. The middle of the card, and press down. Now the question will be, do I want to raise this up or do I want to leave it flush? I think I'm going to leave it flush. So let me grab my glue. Now since this is embossed, I want to make sure I get all around the edge, because it's going to want to pull away a little bit because it gets warped when it gets embossed. And let me put this in the middle, like so. Alright, so there's the front. So let's take our card base Now this is a 5x7 card base, so that is your basic 10 by 7 scored at 5. I added an extra score line at 2.5. So now I have basically a Z-fold card, the beginning of the Z-fold. So instead of putting the band across the bottom, I'm going to put this whole panel on the front of the card. So I'm going to put glue all down here. Come down the line here, because I want to make sure I have a nice clean edge here. And I'm just going to line this up with the side. This is going to be flush here and here and here. Just press down. So now when this opens, I have a whole panel on the inside. And that will stand up like this. So now I can take this, and this will go in here. So let's glue these two pieces together. This will go in the center. Like that. Looks a little crooked. There we go. Now if you wanted to, you absolutely could put this on a little bit of foam. You also could cover the paper on the inside of your card if you wanted to. So I'm just going to put it like this. And I'm going to glue it flat. I just put this on upside down, didn't I? You know what? You know what we do here? Now we pull this off. Alright, let's put the inside in since this glue is wet. Make sure happy birthday's all stuck down still. That's still fine. Now we'll just put some glue on here. Can't believe I did that. Now I'll glue this to the top. Okay. Whew. That was almost a catastrophe. Alright, so there we go. Happy birthday. Put the little starburst on the top and the bottom. And it opens to stand like this. So if you like this card and are enjoying my series, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, because once a week we will have another nesting die series. And until next time, stay crafty.